It amazes me. I've read the Bible several times, and every time I get to the beginning, start all over at the beginning, I get so infuriated and so annoyed that, you know, humans, we humans act the way we do. Because all I can say is thank you. You better thank God that I'm not God, because I would have eliminated all of us on day two. Soon as just think about it. Go through all this trouble to create a planet, to create a world with everything so intricately done. Everything regenerates itself. You never have to run out of this or that. Everything is perfect. And by perfection, I mean you never need a mechanic to come in and fix anything. That's in the natural order. God has a purpose for everything. God made everything to work harmoniously with each other, and he allowed humans to come in and be guardians over this planet. He didn't ask you to create anything. He didn't ask you to, figure this out or that out as far as how to. Your oxygen is here. Your water is here. Everything you need to sustain life is here. The decisions that you make are your own. But he gave us everything. Literally everything. And it's like, oh, we got to hurry up and save this because, there's not going to be any more vegetation or anything. We won't have any more water. He made plenty. He made more than enough. And then we start arguing with him. He even gave us guidelines to go by. Not to say you can't do this and you can't do that. Don't do this, don't do that. That wasn't the reason for it. The reason was, here, let me tell you, this is the way for success and this is the way for failure. Now, you still have a choice. You can choose life or you can choose death. It's up to you. But I'm just giving you the guidelines so, you won't be asking later on, why didn't this go right? Why didn't that happen? Because I already set forth in the guidelines, and all you have to do is read the guidelines, read the fine print. The stuff that most of us don't do. But like I said, if I was God, on day two, as soon as Adam and Eve committed treason, I would have wiped you out. It would have been over, done. Everybody would have went to hell. That would have been it. I wasn't given any second chances. So that I'm not him, because you wouldn't be here. We all deserve to go to hell. All of us, every last one of us deserve to go to hell. Not because of what we've done, but because of who we are. We were born of Adam and Eve. They created the mess. We're their kids. The whole family goes. Everybody goes. Just wiped all that crap out. I would have created robots. I wouldn't have any problems with robots. They just do what I tell them to do, and they have no thought of a process of their own. And that's what all you're begging for. You're begging to be a robot. Why didn't God do this? Why don't you shut up and why don't you do something about your situation? Most of us are so worried about the world situation, and you have no self-control. You can't control you. Why are you overweight? Why are you an addict? Why are you an alcoholic? Why are you cheating on your wife? Why are you watching porn? Why are you doing? Because you can't control yourself. You can't. But you can tell God. You can tell me as God what I should do. You know how stupid that is? How stupid that sounds? You're talking to an almighty God, a God that knows everything, that is in everything, that is above all things. And you, who just arrived on this planet day before yesterday, are going to tell me how I should run things. Get a life. Or better yet, get a hold of your life. It's so infuriating. Then, well, if God doesn't do this and I'm not going to, I don't care. I don't care. I gave you the choice. You want to go to hell? Go to hell. Simple as that. I'm giving you a choice. I'm giving you the opportunity. Something I did not have to do. But I'm giving you that opportunity not to go to hell. And you're going to argue with me and tell me I got to prove to you that I exist. Look, before you were born, just think in terms of how fortunately you were to be born. There were a lot of other sperm cells in competition with you, and you won out. And then you get here and you're going to complain. Yeah, there's a lot of things to complain about on this planet because God, I no longer run this planet. I built the planet. I created the planet. I set the systems into go. But Adam sold it out. You know, you want to blame anybody? Blame him. He had the opportunity to operate on this planet the way I had designed it for him. He chose not to, because what if? What if? What if? And now it's the same questions you're asking now. What if? Just all you got to do is follow the rule book, read the guidelines, understand what's being said. Try to understand instead of trying to always fight the system, fight my system, and you wonder why you are where you are. Anyway, like I said, I would be done with you. Poof, you're gone. That would have been it. It would have been over. You better thank God that I'm not God, because that would I would be, no.